Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Miami Matt Fishing Outdoors. So we have a fun adventure today. We are heading to Collier-Seminole State Park out close to Marco Island. It's about an hour and a half drive from Miami. So I got my buddy Mike with me, and we're gonna get the kayaks and we're gonna go out there, kayak. I'm gonna do some fishing. Hopefully I can bring back some food, targeting some mangrove snapper hopefully, or some snook, and we'll see how everything works out. It's the first time I've ever been here. It's a $5 entrance fee. I also have a crazy idea of maybe solo camping if weather permits, so I brought some gear to do some camping. If that works out, great. If not, it's all good. So we'll see how this video rolls and how this video goes. But for right now, the plan is to get there. It's around 9 a.m. We're gonna get there, launch the kayaks, do some kayaking, do some fishing. It's about a 13-mile trail. We're not doing all 13 miles. We are gonna do just about an hour south and an hour north, just because honestly I'm not prepared for a 13-mile kayak trip. So that's what is going on, and that's the plan, so stay tuned. This adventure started the day before when I began researching kayak launches near Miami. I wanted this trip to be completely different, so a few hours later of research, I decided to call my good buddy Mike and explore one of the largest mangrove swamps in the world. Collier-Seminole is a 7,271 acre Florida state park. It is home to natural Florida vegetation and wildlife, but incredibly unique to the world. Besides wildlife, this park is site of a National Historic Mechanical Engineering Landmark, the last existing Bay City walking dredge. Trust me, you're not going to miss it when you enter the park. In 1924, this was used to build the Tamiami Trail Highway, or the other name is US 41, or as people in Miami know it as, is 8th Street. They built this road through the Everglades and Big Cypress Swamp, linking Tampa and Miami and opening Southwest Florida to travelers from all over the world. There's so much to do in Collier-Seminole State Park. Bicycling, bird watching, boat tours, camping, fishing, hiking, and so much more. But today, our mission is to explore the kayak trails. Originally, our plan was to follow the state park map and go towards Mud Bay. But one wrong turn would take us and this kayak adventure from 1 hour south and 1 hour north to a 5.5 hour kayaking trip and paddling about 10.6 total miles. So let's begin at the kayak launch. And I just want to show you how incredible this kayak launch is. I'm so happy that this ADA accessible kayak ramp exists at Collier-Seminole State Park, because this ramp brings me joy and happiness that I know everyone can enjoy God's beautiful creation. This is a very nice kayak ramp. Oh. Woohoo! Let me get this. So we are here in Collier-Seminole State Park, and this is a beautiful entrance, and you can see it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous mangrove pathway. So this is all brackish water, which is awesome, so we can probably do some good saltwater fishing. Remember to have your saltwater license when you do this, because this is brackish. And let's get this adventure going. As we paddle along, we realize how blessed we are to be kayaking this trail. It is gorgeous weather, gorgeous scenery, the mangroves, the wildlife, the brackish water is so amazing. And honestly, it was very easy to get down to 45 minutes south. So I really encourage all beginners to try this out. Get on here and enjoy. And I'm going to tell you right now, you can definitely do 45 minutes south, 45 minutes back, and those 2 hours will fly by. Now, where we get a little interesting is Mike and I thought we were a little farther north than we were. And as we see this arrow, we are thinking that there's only one way to Mud Bay, and that is left. However, we realize this is actually the crossroads, where one way, as you can see to the right, leads to Mud Bay, and the left leads to the Blackwater River. So we ended up checking Blackwater River out by accident, and as you can see here, boats were everywhere. I almost lost my fishing rod, which would have been a very costly mistake. And about 45 minutes south, we realized that this is going to be a long trip back. Listen, the river heading south was so easy. The current, everything, an amazing fishery, amazing trip. However, with boats in the way, a little bit more moderate. And on the way back north, that's when everything got very, very difficult. Fighting the current, the wind, the weather started to get a little bit, it was still nice, but it started to get a little bit more windy, and that really played a huge factor. As you can see, we have all these channel markers, and you kind of gauged where you were and how far south you're heading to. But we quickly realized we were actually heading to the Blackwater Bay. So my recommendation, like always, bring a compass. I knew Mike and I would be fine because I did have a bug out bag, and that bug out bag has everything. My U.S. Henry survival rifle, my 9mm Smith & Wesson, my fire starter, my compass, my shelter, everything I needed to survive out there. So I knew I was just going to be just okay, even my marine radio. So honestly, I knew I was going to be okay. But not to lie to you, the second I started seeing the end, and when I was heading back north, and I finally got to see the kayak launch point, I was so excited. And here's some of my excitement now. Alright guys, we have kayaked for an insane amount. Only one way, 2 hours and 30 minutes. So, you can't imagine, that's only one way out. One way in. Mike has the full trip, so I'll get you the details, but this was a long trip. Did not even do any fishing because it was so long. So hopefully I will get you some more details as soon as I get everything all packed up and ready to go. But it's about 4 o'clock and we launched about 12. So I think maybe even 11:45, so you can tell how long a day it was. So stay tuned, let me get you some more details about this trip. Hey guys, welcome back. So last time you saw this, we were heading into the kayak ramp, and I was just thankful to be there. Listen, it wasn't that bad. I was exhausted, yes, but honestly, you survive and you live to tell another day. So total was 10.6 miles, I mentioned earlier, about 5.5 hours of paddling, which was insane. And here's what we figured out reviewing footage. As I said earlier, there was a place where you can turn left, which takes you down to the Blackwater River, and then one going right that would take you down to Mud Bay, and further down you would see the campsite. However, listen, it's not the state park's fault that there was not an arrow there. It's also my fault that I should have been prepared more to navigating and command the lead. And unfortunately, I just kind of laxed on it, and we paid the price. So with that being said, it was still an amazing trip. I didn't get to do so much fishing. there was a ton of activity. We saw 2 dolphins, a manatee. I saw mangrove snappers jump in. I saw a really nice Jack Carval, and there's a ton of fish there, and I'm dying to go back to fish it. Now, I just didn't get to fish it. Now, as you can see, behind me there's my boat, and there is a boat ramp at Collier-Seminole State Park. However, I don't recommend it just because, here's my thing. There was times on the kayak I would hit debris, and that's on a kayak. So if you have a Ginu, maybe you'd be good launching out of there. I just personally don't feel comfortable launching my boat in there and then all of a sudden hitting debris. Not because it's brackish or anything, it's just debris really kind of threw me off there. So if you do go ahead and do that, just be careful. However, if you did paddleboarding, I've seen other YouTube videos that done paddleboarding. That's fine. I didn't see any gators in there. I just feel more comfortable on a kayak. I really do want to go back and try to do camping. I did not go ahead and camp there. I wanted to come home. I was exhausted, wanted to sleep in my own bed. And the other fun part is my Miami Hurricanes were playing that night, so I decided instead of streaming it on my iPad, watch on the big screen TV at home with some good barbecue. So with that being said, guys, also one more thing. Thank you so much for 200 subscribers. I can't believe it. I just been messing around with this, and 200 to me is a real big deal. So I just really appreciate you guys subscribing. If you are subscribed, make sure the notification bell is on. If you haven't subscribed and this is the first time you're watching this, click that subscribe button. It really means a lot to me and encourages me to keep going and doing these videos for you all. And comment down below to see, I would love to see what you guys want me to do. Start doing more how-to videos, more gear review, more adventure. So just go ahead and comment down below. And other than that, I'm just so thankful for you guys to join me on this crazy adventure at Collier-Seminole State Park. So until the next adventure.